But when I went up to this pastor, like a fire hit me, bro, from my feet all the way up to my head. And as this fire hit me, he started speaking my life. He was like, the Lord was with you when you was crying in your car, screaming out why. And that was a real thing that happened, because I used to sit in my car asking God, why would this happen to her? So he just started speaking great details. And I remember leaving the church service like, yo, did this really happen?
This is James Rousseau, a.k.a. Trig, and let me welcome you to the Coiling Solutions Show. Let's start here, brother. Tell people something that those closest to you don't even know about C4 Crotona.
You know, I was thinking about this question as I was driving here.
Oh, you cheated? You saw the YP?
Now I was watching the Q-Flow.
The Q-Flow. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yo, I mean, we was talking about it a little bit. I'm a real R&B guy, soul guy, and, you know, I know my style is soul, you know, whatever it is, but I still rather that soulful music.
That's surprising. Although we all are multidimensional, it's just you're the gritty CH guy.
Yeah.
So for people to hear you listening to Uncle Charlie on the way in.
Yeah, right.
What?
I just love music, bro. I just love music.
Always been that way?
Always, since a little kid. I think I was trying to sing before I started writing raps.
Yeah. I mean, now when you come out on a song, I feel like I know what to expect.
Right.
Recorded or on stage, it's going to be gritty.
Oh, I forgot you seen me at.
Yes, sir. Come on now. Come on, absolutely. So, how did you come to the faith?
Man, you know, I've always had some, you know, belief in the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, grandmother went to church, et cetera, et cetera. My mom tried to go to church and all of that, but
What do you mean tried to go to church? What do you mean by that?
Oh, you know, go to church sometimes.
Easter, big holidays.
Yeah, things like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, but even though she was real sometimey at that time, I got to see like the power of the Lord. I got to see the Lord move. So even though we wasn't going to church like that,
right,
I had, you know, tangible things that I was like, oh no, this God is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, fast forward, you know, so the last time I seen my mom, I just happened to see her. Well, it wasn't a plan to see her, but I seen her at a cousin's house, and you know, she was like, you know, baby, I want to talk to you. I said, all right, let's talk. And she was telling me basically as if the Lord opened up her eyes and she could see into the spiritual world as real as me and you could see each other.
Right.
And she was telling me things in great detail, like, baby, I see demons, I see them on people, and as she was telling me, bro, it scared me so bad. It scared because I believe that she was scaring me so bad with just graphic details. Sometimes I see them on people's laps, sometimes I see them whispering in people's ears and things of that nature, to the point that I had to tell her to stop. Ma, stop telling me what you saying, because I can't handle it right now. She was like, all right. Maybe an hour after that, I had to go home. At the time, I didn't have a whip. Gonna take the train to Jersey, and she was like, let me just pray for you. Let me pray for you. So she prayed for me in the middle of the street. She grabbed my hands, and she looked up to the sky. She said, God, I told him everything you wanted me to tell him. Now do what you got to do. And a week later, she was killed by her boyfriend. So obviously,
man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so obviously, I had to deal with those emotions, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And as I'm dealing with those emotions, I'm still thinking about what she told me, you know. So, you know, even though I was dealing with that, life still goes on. You still got to pay rent. You still got to. So I try to function, go to work and things of that nature.
Right.
And I just wasn't doing well, bro. To the point that my job at the time ended up firing me on my birthday.
You were just kind of walking zombie. Just
so you know, my job fired me on my birthday, and I really went to just a real deep depression, man. I said it on a video that I just dropped recently. Like, yo, if you could die from a broken heart, I felt like that was gonna happen to me, bro. Like I felt like I wake up crying, go to sleep crying.
Yeah.
Because the dude that did it, he got arrested right away. You know what I mean? So I had nothing. I was just forced to sit with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, if I probably would have tried to look for him, I probably, but I didn't have those options. I just had to sit and deal with it. Fast forward, my dad ends up giving his life to the Lord, and he starts to invite me to church, and I went, and the pastor was a blind pastor; he couldn't see, and when the service was done, he was praying for people at the altar, et cetera, and my dad told me to go up, and I always heard like church lingo, oh, the presence of the Lord is here, et cetera, like all of that stuff just sounded like church talk. But when I went up to this pastor, like a fire hit me, bro, from my feet all the way up to my head. And as this fire hit me, he started speaking my life. He was like, the Lord was with you when you was crying in your car, screaming out why. And that was a real thing that happened, because I used to sit in my car asking God, why would this happen to her, et cetera, et cetera. So he just started speaking great details. And I remember leaving the church service and like, yo, did this really happen?
Yeah.
Did this really happen? I went to church again, and this time I didn't need to go to the front. It was like that fire hit me. I was in the back of the church, and once I felt that fire on me, there was a lady that stood up, and she walked all the way to the back to me, and she started like rubbing my back and praying for me. And she was like, there's a lot of people like you that the Lord wants you to speak to. And I believed her, but I didn't believe that I could do it. And it was so crazy, because it was like whatever I was thinking in my mind, she was responding out loud. So she was saying, there's a lot of people like you that the Lord wants you to speak to. I was like, I can't. I'm not the guy for the job. She said, the Lord's going to give you strength to do it. I was like, I don't know how. I'm saying this in my head.
Yeah.
She was like, he will show you, et cetera, et cetera. And I left the church service again, like, yo, bro, what's happening?
Wow.
But unfortunately, I didn't continue going to church. I was just so angry. I was just so hurt, because I felt like God was talking to me about certain things, but I felt like he wasn't talking to the direct situation. He was just talking about how he was going to like use me, et cetera, et cetera. And I wasn't really trying to hear that. I'm like, well, tell me about this.
The pain you were still dealing with.
Yeah. Talk to me about this.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I stopped going, and so I drive trucks. That's what I do for a living. One day I'm driving, and I used to just have a lot of moments where I sit in a truck driving. I'm just deep in my thoughts, thinking about so many things, crying, whatever. And then just one moment I was just like, you know what, I'm going to just turn on this music, and I'm just going to try to figure things out in my mind of how I'm going to continue going forward with my life. I'm driving the truck. It's raining. I make a left too hard. The truck flips over. And as the truck is flipping over, it's like I hear a voice in my head say, you know the truth already. You know what's going to happen when you hit the ground.
Wow.
I was convinced that I was going to go to hell. The truck flips over. I'm dangling on the seat belt. I hit the eject button. I fall, and I'm like checking my body, and I'm like, thank you, God. Like,
what kind of, go ahead. No, please, go ahead.
Yeah. So then another voice came into my head, like, yeah, you survived the crash, but you're not going to survive when the truck blows up. The truck is sideways. The doors is heavy.
Wow.
And it's not parked, so the wheel is, I'm trying to lift
what
myself.
What kind of, like an 18?
No. It's like a refrigerator
like
truck.
Okay. Yeah. Box truck.
Yeah. A little bigger than that.
Okay.
But I can't lift myself up and pick up this heavy door. I'm trying to kick the windshield out and all that. I was in the middle of the woods, man, and somebody just happened to be there. Like, you need help? And I was like, I can't get out, and they helped me get out the truck.
Yeah,
they helped me get out the truck. Like I said, no scratches, no bruises, no nothing. You know, I get out of that, and I just like, I know that the Lord is calling me,
Wow.
and but still didn't serve the Lord.
Still didn't.
I think the next week I was at the strip club, and it was crazy because I'm at the strip club trying to convince God that I'm not the guy for him.
Mm.
I'm not the guy that you could use. Like, you know, what would start to happen is I would start to develop panic attacks.
Mm.
I would start to get panic attacks just randomly. Like me and you talking, I start bugging out. Just
Did that start after your mom passed?
yeah. That started happening after. So I would have panic attacks so bad that I'm thinking that I'm having a heart attack. I would go to the ER and they would tell me that I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I had just a panic attack, I had a panic attack in my sleep. I was sleeping and I'm just started panicking in my sleep, and now I'm convinced. I'm like, I'm dying.
Right.
I have to go to the ER. I get into my car and I rush to the ER. If I was having a real heart attack, I'm not driving nowhere.
Right. Right.
But I was so convinced, you know, like
right.
I ain't got heart attack etiquette. I don't know how
right.
to,
Exactly.
You know, I don't
exactly.
know.
How would you know?
So I'm driving my car, I'm eating red lights, and yo, that voice in my head was like, yeah, man, the demons in hell can't wait to meet you. That's what I'm thinking in my head. The demons in hell can't wait to meet you. I go to the hospital. They check my heart. They're like, yo, your heart is beating fast, but not irregular. Like, there's something wrong with you. There's something going on with you internally. I go home, I sit on the couch, and I say, God, you know everything that I struggle with. You know everything that I'm going to mess up with. I know that you calling me. I'm going to give you my best. And I've been serving the Lord ever since then. That's October 16, 2018.
Wow. And your mom passed in 16, right?
Yeah, November 3rd.
November 3rd of 16. So 2 years almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just about 2 years. Wow.
Yeah.
What made you post that video the other day, man? Sharing that intimately.
Right. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and it was about something like on Telegram. It was just something like whatever. And he was just like, yo, man, you so smart, man. And that was like a trigger for me. And I'm trying to figure out why it is a trigger for me. Because, so like I said, my mom was murdered by her boyfriend.
Right.
That was my mom's struggle. Men that put their hands on her. So her relationship prior to that was, you know.
What makes you say it was her struggle versus it being a coincidence that there were two men? Because
there's more.
Okay.
You know, prior to me being born.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
Father issues, et cetera, et cetera. That I end up figuring out later on.
Got it.
But yeah, so, you know, the man that she was with when I was younger, used to beat on her and stuff like that since the age of 4 or 5 years old, like just so young that I thought they was playing. I didn't even know. I remember I kind of jumped in and like hit my mom playing, like not realizing that this is really happening.
This is a real fight.
You know what I mean? And so I grew up with that, you know, seeing that, and it affected me in school wise. I failed, left back. You know what I mean? And I just started I didn't correlate. I just thought that I was dumb. I'm like, I'm failing school because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just stupid and convinced of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro.
Wow. So man, that process and sharing it, like when you shared the other day with that transparency, did it reopen wounds, or what was that like? Because that was the first time you've talked about it publicly.
Yeah, about that at that portion, because usually people know about my mom getting killed. They know I've said this testimony a few times, but they don't know my childhood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, what was that like sharing that?
You know, I kind of look at it like how the main testimony that I shared.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I say it so much that it's almost like I forgot that this really happened. Like I really lived this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was, because I'm so far from it now and separated from it, that it's like a distant memory. You know what I mean? And I give that all glory to the Lord for that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like my life has always been like fast paced, unpredictable. And it isn't until I gave my life to the Lord that I felt like my life calmed down.
Gotcha.
And I'm not having so many just out of nowhere incidents.
Did the panic attacks reduce?
Yeah, they definitely reduce.
Yeah.
They try to come every once in a while, but now I know how to fight them. So,
Gritty bars.
Yeah.
What led to the album, man, and this title, though the scars remain?
Though the scars remain. So, I in my my CHH career, I guess you could say, I've done nothing but put out EPs. I didn't feel like I was at a place where I could drop a full length project. I'm just gonna do EPs. I'm gonna do a bunch of features. That's how I'm gonna get my name in here, et cetera, et cetera. I felt like it was time to do a album. Dax hit me up, wanting to work. Obviously he's Menace, I'm Menace, so we make it work. So though the scars remain, I picked that title because just throughout the project you hearing different type of stories, different type of struggles, whether it's evangelism gone wrong, people don't want to hear it,
right?
Whether it's me, my own struggles with the way I view myself as a Christian, or just things of that nature. You know what I mean? But through it all, we still praise God. Though the scars remain, the Lord don't promise an easy life. It's gonna get hard. There's gonna be trials. You know what I mean? That's a part of the believer's experience is the tough times. You know what I mean? So, but through it all, we still praise God.
Yeah. What was the process like putting the album together?
Yeah, it was. We both were so busy that we. I think it took a little less than a year, but we did like 4 songs. Then got distracted with side projects, and then came back, together. But it was pretty easy, bro. Like I write, relatively quick, so just knocking these records out, sending it to Dax, him getting it mixed. So
does it feel different than the previous projects?
Yeah, it does.
Why? Why is that?
Because I think with EPs, for me, I treat EPs like mixtapes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they might not have hooks on them, et cetera, et cetera. I have a project called Hideous that was me kind of showing a different side of me that wasn't so gritty.
Right.
And I've been wanting to show that, but I feel like people didn't get it. That project, I would say, is probably one of my projects I slept on.
Gotcha.
But it was something I knew I needed to do to introduce the other stuff that I could do, like melodies, and that I could craft records.
Can you sing?
I mean, I can sing with the auto tune. But you got to have a little something in order for the auto tune to work.
Right. I'm just checking now because some of y'all have surprised me lately, telling me you can sing. So I gotta ask everyone now.
I mean, I might can sing. My wife will say so. But anyway.
How long you been married?
2 years.
2 years. Any kids yet?
No.
Okay,
we got a puppy.
Gotcha. What like though the scar remains evokes thoughts around what you're probably going to hear. Yeah. What do you want people to take away from the project?
Yo, no matter what, man, just no matter how hopeless it seems, no matter like if people ain't listening to you, when you preach the word, like it's okay. God got it. We still praise God, man.
Yeah. Do you still fellowship at that church?
No, I don't, because I had gotten so serious about my walk. Like I said, I started going to that church because my pops invited me, but I didn't want to feel like I was going to church to make him happy. So I then seeked and looked for a church on my own. Like I needed to do it on my own, find my own church, find my own kind of community. You know what I mean? And so I knew that I was serious about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
But I'm still cool with him.
Yeah.
He comes around for Thanksgiving and all that. So
you still have a break bread with him. Yeah. I just can't fellowship there anymore. So Breaks My Heart, one of the tracks, talks about, I think, man, the emotional challenges of sharing faith with people unwilling to listen. Right. Talk about that. Like open that up a little bit. Why is that emotionally taxing for you?
Yo, bro, because we know the truth, bro.
Yeah.
We know that there's only two places to go, and you know, life is uncertain and death is certain. You know what I mean? And
Right.
just through the things that I've been through, like
Mm.
when death comes to visit, it's you never plan for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, with records like Breaks My Heart, like, unbelievers not gonna understand that believers' hearts break for them. Like, yo, bro, like, I don't want to be too much, but there's gonna be moments where you gotta be too much. Like, yo, bro, there's gonna be a day where you stand before the Lord and you can't tell him that you never heard the gospel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
bro, it's just a 911 call for real.
Yeah. Fairy Tales was interesting to me, man. That there was a bar or two you had in there where you like the person saying back to you, yo, we know you from this.
Yeah.
How are you now gonna come try to share the good news with us? I'm paraphrasing, but is that based on, well, probably based on a number of interactions and situations you've been in?
Yeah, so Fairy Tales is how it was when I first came to the Lord.
Okay.
So it was my beginning. So this is when all I had was that zeal and I had my testimony.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't properly know how to defend it like that. So I just remember being attacked by my friends, bro. Like, what about this? What about that? What about? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Right. All I know is what. All I know is
I'm
that,
new.
yeah, I'm new, but all I know is what the Lord did for me. And yo, take a look at my life, bro.
Right.
Like you guys know me for real. You've seen me here, and now you see me here. Like, yo, something's gotta give.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, that's basically Fairy Tales, bro. And I
good.
had a lot of those tough conversations.
Yeah. And then you got Trauma talking about, trauma. I mean, what, for you now, looking back on where you've been, how do you address people that deal with trauma, mental health, etc.? What's your counsel to people that are struggling with that?
I mean, first, bro, you got to listen and hear and try to, see where you could relate. You got to just really hear where people are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, just let them know that God, God feels for them, everything they've been through. Like, sometimes, like, Christians will say stuff, well, that was God's plan for you. Like, no. There's such thing as free will, and sometimes people do things.
Right.
You know what I mean? But God does have a plan for you once you get into his will. You know what I mean? And that's really just how I navigate it, bro.
Yeah.
But just making them feel safe to share these things. What I've learned is there's a lot of people that's carrying a lot of pain and nowhere to pour it out on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just try to be that ear.
Yeah. It's funny. Well, not funny. Interesting. When you talk about the truck and the truck flipping over, you have this image in your mind of like, man, first I was thinking of 18-wheeler, then box truck. Okay, bigger than the box truck. So imagine flipping over. But then you said, I went to press the eject button.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what truck has an eject button, bro? What kind of truck you in?
I might have just said that wrong. It was
okay, all right, good. I just want to make sure.
Got an eject.
I said, how did I back up on that?
What's it called?
Eject. What kind of Tesla truck? What are you in? Eject. I said, all right, cool.
I would have got out the truck sooner.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Eject button. So, what's your, where did the moniker Gritty CHH come from?
So when I started dabbling into CHH and looking for like Christian rap, I couldn't find what I liked. Not saying that CHH artist wasn't talented. I don't want to say that.
Sure.
But I'm from the East Coast. I come from battle rap. I have a battle rap past for real. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, where is it? And people would like tell me some artists, and I'm like, yo, I guess, but it's not really what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't want to say that I'm the only one who was doing it, but just at the time, nobody would point me to the right direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, at first, Gritty CHH was just how I described my music that I was making at the time. But as I started to, learn the genre, I started, all right, Oh, YP, yeah, all right, word. Oh,
Q Flow,
yep, Rocker,
Prodigy.
yep. So
Rick
you know,
Montero, you consider him security CJ?
it depends on the record. It's not
Okay.
really the artist. It's just records.
Good point. Good point.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
good
I don't want
point.
people to. I mean, there's
Right.
some people that like I'm a gritty CHH artist. All
Right.
right.
But you're right. Yeah, it's song
It's just-
specific.
yeah.
But some people tend to make more of those songs,
Right,
like
right,
YP, for example.
Yeah,
I mean,
YP the commissioner.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought it would just be fun to make a playlist.
Yeah.
And then people started taking it serious. Yo, man, why you ain't putting my song on there?
Yes.
Oh, yo, this is just for fun.
Welcome to being a curator.
This was just fun for me. This was like a little side passion project, and then it started to just grow, bro. I'm seeing, it jump up hundreds of followers on Spotify. People yelling at me, "Why is it not on Apple?" I don't know. This was just for fun.
This is my personal playlist that I share with y'all. Now it's turning into a job.
Yeah. So
you gonna put it on Apple? Or you're not.
I gotta figure out how. I saw there was like an app where I could transfer it. It just seems like a lot of work to bring it over.
It is. yeah, it is. So it's been a couple years now.
Yeah, about 2 years for Gritty CHH, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe longer, I don't know.
Yeah. What do you see? Do you see something bubbling out of that?
I mean, I see a community out of it. I see, if you hit the hashtag for Gritty CHH, it's like hundreds, thousands of people just repping the name and all of that. For me, I just wanted to bring awareness that this style exists in this space. Whether I don't know what the future holds, but like I said, when I came in, I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about CHH is we got everything, to be honest.
Indeed.
You just got to look. So I just wanted to play my part
Indeed.
in introducing or highlighting, I should say, highlighting, the sound. Yeah, man, and I think we got a dope community. Most of the people that do Gritty CHH, we all cool with each other.
Yeah, that's good.
So we all do records with each other because that's how the movement is gonna grow.
Yeah,
that's how the sound is gonna grow. Collab with each other.
Speaking of movements, man, how did it come to be you being a part of the Menace Movement?
So I actually knew of Dayton when I was a kid. We have a mutual friend.
When you were a kid, you're that much younger than us, man.
Yeah.
When you were stop this, Max. We going off.
So let me say teenager. I was a teenager, not a kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But I had a friend that was cool with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, man, you kind of remind me of this guy." Because me and Dayton kind of rap aggressive, even though I don't think me and him rap alike at all. I just know we got that tone, we got that aggression. But
there's an aggression.
Yeah, but I don't think we rap alike. But anyway, he played me some of Dayton's stuff, and I think he sent Dayton some of my music.
Right.
And then we ended up becoming friends on MySpace. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
MySpace was back then.
Yeah.
Look at Lord. Okay.
Yeah. So we chit-chatted here and there on MySpace. I think we spoke on the phone once even.
Yeah.
When he first got saved, and then we never really spoke again. You know what I mean? Like that. And then just one day he sends me a voice note on my DMs. Like and he's like witnessing to me in my DMs, like, "Yo, bro," because I had a secular project out at the time, and I used a sample that Stefanato used on his debut project. So somebody played in my EP at the time, and he was like, "Yo, I know C4."
Yeah.
So he DM'd me, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I just heard your project, and I just want you to know, man, the Lord wants to use this gift of yours, man. And I know that you know this. You just running from him, fam."
Ooh.
And then I responded with like, "Yo, I got saved like 3 months ago, man. I'm not running from nothing."
Oh gosh.
But at the time, I wasn't rapping.
Yeah.
I wasn't rapping.
So you stopped after you got saved, or when did you stop rapping?
Yeah, I stopped when I got saved,
Got
but
it.
not an on purpose stop. I just wasn't currently making music.
Got it.
And then I made it to like, I got to make sure at least that I read the Gospels a few times before I start Christian rapping. You know what I mean? Like let me know a little something.
Right.
So eventually maybe I don't know. I don't want to make it on time. 6 months after that, then I started creating music, and then he hit me up like, yo, whenever you start making music, just send it to me so I can hear it. Let me hear what you're doing. And I would send him music, and he would rock with it or give me a critique or whatever.
Right.
And then we really started building a friendship after that. So, you know, he really was like a big bro in that sense, because he would just ask me, yo, how's your walk going, man?
Yeah.
You know, when I first got saved, I struggled with this, and this. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, like I would have questions, I would ask him, things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah, man. Almost like a discipleship in a way.
Yeah.
You know what
good,
I mean?
man.
And I think that's just important for just OGs and CHH to do stuff like that. I don't know if I really hear, you know, about that like that.
I think we need to tell more of those stories, because it happens, I think, more often than we know. Yeah. But I'm not sure we tell the stories. You know, it's interesting because we talked about this not too long ago. I think one of the things that happens in CHH on the media side is what bubbles up are the events and, you know, new deals and releases and whatnot. What doesn't bubble up as much, or we get less footage of, is that. Right. Is the ministry off stage.
But then it's like, you know, who goes out and just starts saying what they did behind closed doors?
This is true. But a lot of times I do think there's some footage of it.
Right.
Of the group meetups, of the men's meetings, of the, you know, different things like that. And a lot of times people are taping everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's good to show both inside of the body and for the benefit of those who are not in, that is so much more to music.
Right.
Like, for example, ministry-wise for you, beyond music, what else do you do?
Oh, I'm a part of my church. I serve in my church. You know what I mean?
Right.
And doing life with people, bro.
Right.
You know, there's people. I don't want to use the word under me, but man, there's so many people that hit my line and just have real conversations, bro.
That's it. And so a lot of times they see the C4 Crotona persona,
right?
And it's gritty and it's hard. But then there's this other part of you that's doing this ministry that you're listening a lot.
Yeah.
Right. You're sitting side by side, doing life with, walking people here and there, sitting down having a cup of coffee or whatever it is. You know, and
need some coffee too.
Yeah, sitting in your vehicle. You like to sit in that vehicle like you do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Take a drive with me, bro. I just want to talk. Let's just talk about what's going on. Let's just ride. You know, ride along with me. So I think it'd be good to figure out how to show that appropriately, right? So that we don't look like we're, you know, putting people on display that don't want to be. But
it's tough trying to find a balance of that.
Yes.
Even like the other day when I put up the video sharing my heart and all of that, like I wrestled to put it up because I don't ever want it to come off like content.
Yes.
You know, I think a lot of people, they come in to this with like good intentions, and I think they get like trapped.
Yeah.
You know, they'll find something that works.
Yes.
And now they're like, oh, well, I got to keep doing this to get the, you know, the numbers and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's just tough. It's tough. You know, you got to, you know, be intentional.
Yep.
Things like that. Constantly give it back to the Lord. Constantly do heart checks. Constantly like, Lord, am I, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Do you think you'll do more of that? Do you feel a tugging to like share more of your testimony socially and such, or not really? That's a one-time thing.
No, I think I'm definitely gonna do a more testimony or just touch on things just from a, you know, just a Christian perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I kind of just want to do it when I feel led to do it. I don't want to feel like, you know, I didn't even promote it. The fact that you guys posted it on your page, like, all right, you know what I mean? I just want to let it do what it do. I don't want to, you know, I don't know what the future holds.
Right. That's
just
good.
Right now, just post it, and whoever hears it sees it.
Yeah. And to your point, I was reading this article the other day that was talking about the state of like content creators and the, you know, the top 5 concerns and whatnot. And number one was create more content, like being on this wheel and feeling like I've got to create content, right? And not being able to come up with enough ideas, and like it was reading as if like, you know, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do? I gotta do 3 pieces a day. You know, on TikTok I need to do 6 posts a day. And
TikTok is a different world.
I'm out of ideas. Yeah, exactly. You know,
TikTok is too much.
I'm out of ideas. What do you for someone who does not know Christian hip hop? Think of someone like when you were, because you did battle rap on the secular side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of your old friends bump into C4 Crotona, you know, what's going on? What are you doing now? How do you explain what Christian hip hop is? How do you introduce it to people?
Yeah, I just kind of say it bluntly. Oh, I rap for the Lord now, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
And what's
You
the
know what I
response
mean?
like?
They like, yeah, for real. I'm like, yeah, man, I rap for the Lord. Go listen to it. Yeah, I guess I'm just straightforward.
You
with
tell
it.
them to go and tell them to go check you out.
But yo, nine times out of 10, the people from my past, the old battle rappers I used to battle, like,
Yeah,
they all know what I do.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
And even a lot of conversations have opened up for that. Because one thing they do appreciate is the only thing about me that changed was my message.
Yep.
Because the way that I rap today, I've always rapped. You know what I mean? I've
That's
always
good.
rapped aggressive. I've always whatever. The only thing that changed was the message. Now it's about the Lord.
Right.
And yeah, man, a lot of them are touched by it, man.
Mhm.
Like, man, so many conversations I wish that I could share, but you know, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But just so many beautiful things come from
That's good.
Christian hip hop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people seeing where you came from.
Yeah, that's good. What's the origin of your name?
C4 Crotona. So
yeah.
C4, you know, there's a lot of C4s out there. C4 is kind of a, you know, one of those names. It's like Lil. But
exactly. Little Boozy, little baby, little yeah, exactly.
But you know, I got it because, you know, battle rapping when I was young, I was 14 years old, 13, battle rap. But like I said, always with the aggression. So they're like, yo, you like a C4. Crotona is my childhood neighborhood that I lived, Crotona Parkway in the Bronx. And that's where I got the most memories with my mom at, you know, childhood memories. So it's kind of like, you know, a shout to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just put it together.
Got it.
Because I couldn't just be C4 on Spotify. It's going to be a nightmare to find me.
Gotcha. And you kept it after you got saved?
Well, the Crotona came when I got saved.
Ah, okay.
Because I used to wrestle with my name. I'm like, I'm going to call myself, man.
Gotcha.
I was wrestling with that C4. But, you know, when I signed to Menace, when Dayton finally asked me or whatever, he was like, yo, you got to do something about that name.
You sound just like him. That's just how he would say it.
Yo, son, you got to do something about that name.
Shout out to Dayton, man. I love Dayton, bro. What if you could have it your way, where is C4 Crotona 3 years from now?
Man, yo, well, stronger man of God, you know, growing in the faith, growing in with my family, et cetera, et cetera. If I could have it my way, this music thing would be how I provide. Like, yo, there's nothing more that I love than this. Like, I love doing this. Like, I don't like getting up at work, getting up and going to the stupid job. Thank God for it because it pays the bills, but I don't like it.
Right.
I like doing this.
Yeah.
Man. This is what I truly love doing this, man.
Yeah.
And even some of the other stuff. Like, I like the behind the scenes stuff, helping people out. I've grown a passion for video. You know,
you edit or what?
Yeah,
what do you do?
I edit my videos.
Got
and
it.
all of that.
Got
Bought
it.
a little camera. So
Nice. Nice. What do you think will happen with if you had to predict Menace Movement over the next couple of years?
Oh man, Menace Movement has the potential to be big, man. You know, we just got to continue going, continue creating content, and just putting high quality music out there. It's just you know, this music is unpredictable. It really just takes the one song or one piece of video where your whole life would change. So
true.
We just consistency is the biggest key in this. Christian or secular, it's just consistency. Like, yo, you gonna hit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you enjoy most in CHH right now?
Man, the community, community meeting, different types of believers. Like when I first got saved, I thought all believers were Pentecostal. I was pleasantly surprised that they were
very diverse.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, I definitely have been challenged and things like that, and it just helps me grow. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that talk trash about CHH, et cetera, but you know, they know nothing.
Yeah.
There's so many people in CHH that I would consider real friends. We was talking off air. YP, that's my guy in real life. Like sometimes I hang out with him and his wife, with me and my wife, and really do life.
Really do life.
You know what I mean? And so many others in CHH, man. Like, you know, Dayton is really my friend.
Right.
You know, the guys in the Menace Movement are really my friends. We really, you know, talk scripture. Like, yeah, man. I think it's a beautiful community, man.
Yeah. What do you want to see more of CHH if you had it your way?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, there's so many people that got negative things to say. I don't pay attention that deep, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like
No, I don't mean negative. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what if you had it your way, what would you stand up? What would you change? What would you develop? What would you
I would just say more reverence for the word. You know what I mean? Just be who you say that you are. If you say that you're a Christian, then be that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you're a Christian rapper or a rapper that's Christian, whatever, it's still a responsibility because you're holding the title of a Christian.
Yeah. What is your process like for creating for the lyricists that admire you? Go underneath the cap a little bit. How do you construct? What inspires you? How do you approach the creative process?
Yo, me and Ayo Shamir got a term called thinking with the left side of your brain, and I just try to think of things that I've never heard said. You know what I mean? And yo, to be honest, I just want to be as dope as I could be for God. You know, there's so many times where they try to lower CHH, like where in secular is superior. Like I've always taken offense to that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, no. I can't slack with a bar. I gotta be
every bar has
top shape.
Yeah.
You know, with this rapping thing, and that's really just what my angle is. Like, I just want to be the best, you know, representative for the Lord and the Christians.
Well, you would, you know, cats who operate like that. Dayton, yeah, man. Monster Tarver.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
That brother, man.
I'm trying to get a match with him, man. He don't want to wrestle, man.
Right. Stop playing.
Yeah, hard little TLC match. I want to hit him with a chair so bad.
For those that don't know, Monster Tarver is a former wrestler. What was he? Was he WCW?
WWE.
WWE. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just trying to get a steel cage match. He don't want
Stop
to.
it,
I'm like,
man.
yo, bro, we will go viral.
It would go viral. Yeah.
He doesn't want to. Tarver, come on, man.
Like that Andy Mineo clip, you know what I mean? When he was playing. Who was he with? I forget. Where he did the wrestle move.
Yo,
if you and Tarver did it.
Yo, there was a time that I used to just hit Tarver up at like 5 a.m. on Telegram and give him a match idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, the bell rings, you swing, I duck it, hit you with a brick. They're like, a brick?
Like, bro.
He doesn't want to do it. God,
I don't blame him. What this whole album was done with Dax. If producers want to work with you, is that possible, or you guys stay in kind of intra Menace Movement? How does that work?
You know, I my career so far on CHH, I've used particular people. I've used Dax, obviously, with this project. I've used Shamir, production, Naladeus's production.
I didn't know he produced.
Okay. He did my Hideous project.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like I got like my selected few, but it doesn't mean that I'm not open.
You don't seem open. You don't. No, you don't seem open, bro.
Yo, because you know,
like I feel like you're saying that to be nice, but but you don't seem open. Your body language says no. That's it.
Nah. But yo, I think it's important to create a sound with a producer, and I don't feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
People just buying beats off YouTube and whatever. You know, sometimes when you got that producer, rapper relationship, like they can hear stuff you might not hear. And, you know, we was kind of talking about that off air as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's special to have that. You
know? So let's go there for a second, because I feel like one of the things that we have in common, and I think a lot of us do, is this desire for high quality. Right. And that doesn't mean it's got to have a certain what's what I'm looking for. Certain sonic scape. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, singy or preachy or this, that, and that, but just the quality within diversity. How do you counsel people, right? Who, or not, you may say, I don't counsel people, bro. Who, for example, they want to be on the gritty CHH playlist, but the quality is just, it's just not there. What advice do you give folks? How can they better self-monitor, or you know, what advice do you give? I'm curious.
Yo, bro, honesty is the best policy, bro.
Yeah.
Like we was saying, yo, we got to bring the word whack back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I know that's offensive today.
Yeah.
But I've been called whack in my life when I was coming up.
Right.
And you know what that did? That made me stronger.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just being honest, yo, bro. You should get an engineer and stop trying to mix it yourself.
That's good.
You should get a graphic designer, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
Too many people are trying to wear all the hats, and I'm not against that because some people are good at it, but everybody can't.
Are there some common things that crop up more often than others in terms of where things are lacking?
I think a lot of people are mixing their own music. They're mixing their own music using AI.
Yeah.
AI is dope, but it ain't there
When
yet
I saw
when it
that
comes to
the other
mixing.
day on Tune, I saw, I'm with you. I saw it the other day on, I don't want to get in trouble with anyone, but one of the distribution companies were offering it, right? Like mixed and mastered by AI for $100.
Right.
And I said to myself, that's a trap.
Yeah.
That's.
I believe it's gonna get more advanced though.
Yeah.
I feel like in the near future, they're gonna be like, well, you want a Jay-Z mix? Like you know what? I feel like that might come soon. And,
You're probably right.
And it's gonna be.
You're probably right.
And it might be pretty decent or pretty good. Who knows?
You're probably right. I would say just A/B it against something else.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself, but man, back in the day when I used to mix, I'd mix and then I'd listen to it next to a Dr. Dre song,
right,
and see if I'm hearing the same. Is it giving me that same energy, that same kick?
Right,
you know what I mean? And so, yeah. What else? Any other common themes you see crop up a lot?
Like I said, I think it's just the lone wolf thing. Like I think if you can try to get yourself a little team.
Yeah.
I know that.
Did you have a team before Menace Movement? Did you have a team?
I did to a certain extent. Like I met Shamir very early on.
Got it.
From doing challenges and stuff like that. So he was giving me production.
Okay.
Even some of the guys that I worked with when I was secular, they still give me production.
Now Shamir is hard to work with, right? He's selective as well. Yes.
Yeah, he's picky.
Yeah. Is he in New York or where's he at?
He's in Mass.
He's in Mass. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. But he's picky. Yeah.
Yeah. He don't even take referrals. I'd be like, yo, man, what you think? What do you mean?
Yeah. So get a team, and what pieces, what roles are most important to you when you think about a person creating a new team?
Yo, just don't get yes men. You know what I mean? Like you need somebody that like could stand outside of themselves, whether if it's their style of music or not, and just be real with you. I think that's really. We got a lot of yes men, man. We be playing our music to our family too much. What you think, Auntie? Oh,
yeah.
You're so talented. No, you're not.
No, that's good. That's good. What's next for you, man? Like what? Yeah, I mean, I know you just dropped the project dropped 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. And so, what's next? You ready to tour? You ready to do features, collabs? What?
It's funny you said that because I've been turning down a lot of features lately.
Why?
Because I think I've done a lot.
Okay.
I've done a lot of features. I've done a lot of collabs.
Well, you're going to get more requests now with a full project out.
But I think now, for me, it's important to build up my solo discography. Like, yo, I got the collab project with Dayton.
Right.
That dropped 2 weeks before this solo project.
Yeah.
I got a collab project with Selah. You know what I mean? I got the compilation projects with Shamir, 99 and Judas.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And after a while, it started bothering me, especially when, I get booked for shows. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be doing these half songs.
I see.
You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah.
So right now, it's important for me to continue growing my solo discography.
Got it.
And right now, I already got like 2 projects in my mind that I'm working out. So, yeah.
And so no need for anyone to submit any tracks for consideration for those projects is what I'm hearing.
It just depends. It really just
depends. One of the things you mentioned was 3 years from now, you'd love to see yourself doing this full time.
Right.
What do you think is the roadway to that?
Consistency, bro. Stepping up my quality, my visuals, and things of that nature, and maybe a little more experimenting with the music. One song off my project that's doing exceptionally well is Free, the drill record.
Yes.
And that ain't really, I don't want to say it's not my style, because I think I'm pretty versatile,
Mhm.
but it's not something that
That's
I
a
put
drill
up.
record?
Yeah,
Is it?
New
Okay.
York drill.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
there's different types of
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Chicago
I have to
drill, the
listen to it
true
again.
drill.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Free is doing really well,
It
and
is.
I'm like, this might be one of the things I might need to lean on a little more. You know what I mean? Just being more
that
versatile.
musical. That be more. Yeah, I got
Like
you.
I said, that was the goal of Though the Scars Remain. Like, y'all guys know me for, you know, being King Gritty or whatever like that, but that ain't really the goal. Like, I'm not trying to show that I want to show that I'm an artist and that I can make songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think this is the first project that I'm actually doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not just so focused on spitting the best 16s and stuff like that. So, and I think that's what's gonna bring me there. Just crafting out records. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, being a good rapper, like a good lyricist, is brownie points.
Yeah.
It don't really matter. What matters is, can you make songs that connect with people and touch people?
Brother,
you know?
say that again.
You know what I mean?
Say that again for the people who don't get it. How long did it take you to get that?
I think that I've gotten that for a while.
Okay.
I think just how I came in, the way I came in to CHH was very intentional.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at the time there was nobody doing what I was doing. I felt like if I did it this way, that I would stick out.
Yeah.
So I would do freestyles and just whatever, punchlines and all of that. And that's just what helped my ascension in the space.
Gotcha.
But I've always had, you know, that artist in me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But I just needed a way to break in.
Yeah.
Now I got some people listening. Now let me show you that, you know, I'm more than just, you know, the corner cypher type of rapper, battle rapper, like way more than that.
I can make a song now.
Yeah, so
I don't think it's a transition that's easy to overcome.
Right.
I mean, we see a lot of great lyricists, but those that can create a song, to your point.
Also feel like sometimes your favorite lyricists could do other stuff, but they're afraid because they put themselves in a box. And that's
of being that lyricist.
Being that lyricist. So there's been times like when I dropped my project Hideous, there's like a lot of melodic stuff that I'm doing and stuff like that. And I was very nervous to put that out.
Interesting.
I've always had that in me.
Do you think you'd be less respected? What was
That's just what I thought. I thought that because, you know, when it comes to lyricists, like lyricists have like a real hip hop fan base, like, and hip hop fans is brutal. Like they start feeling like you sold out. And
right.
And yo, you know, Dayton is the one that kind of like pushed me to like put these records out.
He is, to me, and I'm a Dayton, I love Dayton, so maybe I'm biased. I think he's one of the best examples of being a lyricist who can do songs.
Right, he is.
I think he's one of the best examples, man.
Yeah, he is.
Because he doesn't slack on either part of it, right? And so sometimes you ever hear a song with someone and you feel like, how did they write that? Like it feels awkward, right? And you know, but I know they're better than that, right? But this particular thing, it just, like, the chorus is banging, but their actual delivery otherwise just feels awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're still trying to like prove they can rap. And I think that's the trap that lyricists get into. They still trying to prove that they can rap.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm not trying to prove it no more. I already whatever. I've done it. I've done all the things lyricists do. I've battle rapped. I've won battles. I've lost battles.
Right.
I've challenges. Like I've done it all. You know, now it's just time for the music. Let's make good songs. That's it.
Yeah, that's
good. And that's what's gonna bring me, you know, hopefully to the next level. Just making a good song.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore of Christian hip hop? Like, who are 4 folks that you look up to and go, yeah, that's who's in your Mount Rushmore?
This is one of those questions I wish I knew prior. I would say Dayton, of course.
Yeah.
Say Loud Corner. Man, my Mount Rushmore is biased.
Why you say that?
It's just biased. It's just my guys.
Inner circle, your inner circle.
Yeah, it really is my inner circle.
Yeah.
To name 4 is tough, bro. Yeah, it's tough. Mount
You're
Rushmore
gonna stop
is
there.
tough.
You're gonna stop there with
gotta
Dayton
stop there.
and Selah.
Yeah, it's tough to come. There's so many of them that I respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
appreciate them. Like I like Mouthpiece a lot.
Yes.
I like Mouthpiece
I
a lot.
like Mouthpiece a lot, man. His voice cuts through so nice.
Yeah.
And he's a good lyricist.
I like Jay Monty.
Yes.
You know, he's a hybrid as well.
Yes.
High level lyricist.
I think he's underrated.
Songs. Yeah.
I don't think he gets enough flowers, man.
Obviously YP and the Commissioner, when they do the guillotines thing, they're a force.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I've always been one of those people that is inspired by my community and my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I did an interview a while ago and it was like, who's your top 5? And I couldn't, like, people automatically gonna say like Jay-Z, Nas, et cetera, et cetera. Not that they're not great.
Right.
But I was so deep in the trenches of like battle rap and stuff like that. I'm like, these guys are the ones that inspire me.
Right.
You know, and some people don't understand that. Like, well, I don't know. Yeah, bro, the people that I could touch and reach. Like,
I was gonna say, touch, reach, having real impact. Like,
yeah, those are the people that inspire me. Yeah, it don't really be the stars.
Yeah.
But I guess I will put Lecrae on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will put Lecrae on that because there was a time that I wasn't saved, and I listened to his music, and he made me think about God. He made me. I used to work at a club, and I used to be like a bouncer at a strip club.
Yeah,
at a strip club, bro, listening to Lecrae's music.
That's wild.
Wondering if I could ever reach this.
That's wild.
I remember that. That's a memory.
Just before you got saved, yeah.
Before I got saved, I remember that. Him and Trip Lee.
How'd you find his music?
One of my boys was a Christian. And I thought he was the only Christian rapper ever. I didn't know there was any other ones.
Like Lecrae was?
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's just...
Was this Spotify era or was this CDs era?
Like YouTube.
Yeah. Wow.
Listening to a song called I'm Praying For You. I remember I listened to that song a lot. Trip Lee.
Yeah.
I listened to some of his stuff a lot. So, I remember listening to them, and they made me think about God.
That's good. Back then, shoot, you probably was hearing like Trip Lee Satisfaction. Songs like that. Yeah.
So, I guess,
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we got 3. Sorta.
Yeah, 3. So something like that.
Something like that. All right, good. Man, tell people where to follow and contact C4 Crotona, man. Let them know.
Yo, man, I'm everywhere. Instagram, C4 Crotona _ Twitter, C4 Crotona, Facebook, C4 Crotona, but most importantly, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, C4 Crotona.
Right. And follow that Gritty CHH playlist.
Oh, please do. Gritty CHH, Gritty Christian Rap. I have it titled on Spotify. If you're looking for that, if you feel like this could reach somebody that you know that likes this kind of music, play it for them, man. Like I said in the beginning, we're just as good, if not better.
Come on, bro.
There's no real reason to even listen to them no more. The talent is here. The gifting is here, man.
Come on, bro.
Who's better than someone that the Lord bless?
Yes.
You know what I mean? In terms of music.
Yes.
I'm not saying that these guys aren't talented, but, what source are they pulling from?
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
What's up. You heard it, y'all. You heard it here. Make sure you go check out the album, Though the Scars Remain. C4 Crotona in the building.
Yeah.
Till next time, keep it locked right here, y'all.